with both. Wow, it's been an early morning for me, as you know. Yes, had to get up 30 minutes earlier, about an hour earlier than I'm used to. So the struggle bus is in full effect right now. We are pleased to be joined from the Colorado State Patrol, Captain John Bronneman, Corporal John Bronneman. I can't even read my own writing. It's so early for me. Corporal John Bronneman and Captain Tim Nabashu. And this is a fun event, Ethan, because you follow the Savages each and every sport, every game. So you're used to this little rivalry that Lamar has with La Junta. Well, this isn't the only rivalry. We have a new rivalry, and it has to do with seatbelts. And I'm going to start off with Corporal John Bronneman and ask you what is going on. This is a brand new program.
Yes, it is. Good morning. The Colorado State Patrol is getting ready to launch the CSP Watch Me Click campaign. And that campaign was designed to promote seatbelt safety and usage amongst our high school young drivers. So they selected two regions, one up in the northern part of the state near Sterling, and then our area to select two schools to do a 4-week challenge to where each school would compete in a contest to see who could promote seatbelt safety first in their school, and then in their family, and then in their communities as well. So we're excited to launch this in the Lamar area. It's going to be Miss Randall and the DECA program who's going to run the program here and promote that in their school. And then Miss Haberman and the student council in the La Junta area are going to do that. So it's going to kick off next Wednesday, and it's going to run for 4 weeks. And we're just excited to see where this can go to promote seatbelt safety for our young kids on the highway.
So it is a competition.
Yes.
So let's kind of get into the details. So it's all going to kick off with the stereotypical donuts. We all love donuts in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
Try to stay away from them, but we love them.
We're going to have fun with that. So we're going to a little bit of play on words here, like do not get caught without your seatbelt on. So we're going to get some media pictures there during that event, and we're going to grade it. So we're going to take seatbelt surveys every week when the students arrive to see who has their seatbelt on and who doesn't. And then they're going to get graded on the videos that they submit to us based off the topic for the week. So we're going to start with the first week would be just like students wearing their seatbelts. So they're going to have to be creative and maybe think outside the box. And then we're going to tweet that and get that out to the community so they can see what the kids are doing. So they're going to be graded on seatbelt usage, videos, and then
the pledge form.
The pledge form, right. We're going to have kids sign the pledge form basically at the kickoff to show, I'm pledging to wear my seatbelt. And then also I'm encouraging them to do events at their school. I know this Monday we're going to have a pre-kickoff at the high school. They're going to have a pep rally, so to speak, and we're going to just kind of tell the students what to expect over the next 4 weeks. I know some schools are doing some skits and different fun things, so I'm kind of leaving it in the kids' hands as far as being able to come up with something, and we're kind of there to kind of guide it and see how it goes. But so far they seem super excited to, anytime they can beat La Junta or beat Lamar, it's kind of amps up the game a little bit.
And speaking of the game, there's always a winner at the end of the game.
There is.
What do the winners get?
The winner is going to receive a traveling trophy, almost like a Stanley Cup type of trophy that's going to have traveling a plaque on it that will show the winner for each year. So we're hoping as a pilot program that this will go on, then next year 2 different schools in different parts of the states will continue that, and then obviously the trophy would travel from there. The Family Foundation and John Anderson has generously donated a $500 check to that chapter, and there'll be a big pizza party at the end, and they'll also get some donations for that chapter to use, whether it be some equipment for their classroom or maybe some advertising. So we'll have to work out those details, but bragging rights on the line, and then we top it off with a little bit of cash and pizza, and I think that's a pretty good prize for them.
There's also a traveling banner that they'll get as well. It says winner 2019 Seatbelt Challenge. It'll have the school's name on it, and they'll get to display that. They'll have 2 of them, one outside, one inside. So that's another incentive they have to put out on the school for everybody to see.
Man, if I would have gotten the incentive of cash, donuts and pizza in high school for wearing my seatbelt, which I do all the time anyways, I'd have been the happiest guy in the world. Now it's fun because it is a rivalry. It's two schools that
Right.
back and forth. I know I went to the University of Oklahoma, and when they would have a blood drive during Bedlam League with Oklahoma State, I'm saying, I put my arms out. I'm like, suck me dry. Let's go. Take all you can.
Right.
We're going to beat those guys, whatever it takes. So this should be a lot of fun. And Captain Nabashu, how did this idea come about? And I know it's the pilot program, and why is it so important to the Colorado State Patrol?
So this program started, it was really brought to us and said, hey, we want to do this statewide eventually, but we want to start with you guys to see if we can kick it off and get it working before we take it statewide with all the other State Patrol troops. So they gave us the idea of the Watch Me Click campaign, and then we kind of took it from there and put our own spin on it on how we wanted to put it into practice. And so this is what we've come up with. It's been a brainchild of Corporal Bronneman and some of the other troops here locally. But certainly the message is seatbelt safety. Like Corporal mentioned, it's working with the individuals. Then we'll go to the families. We'll go to the schools, and then we'll go to the community. And that's the weeks that it's a 4-week campaign, and that's how we're going to approach it. And that's how we'll choose the winners. But certainly, it's to get seatbelt safety out there. The last couple of years, we've had a string of fatalities where the people who have been deceased were not wearing their seatbelts. So certainly this is a message that we hold dear to our hearts, and hopefully we can get it out there. And we know that seatbelts save lives. We're living proof that we see it every day when we go to crashes every day and see people injured in crashes. Most likely they're not in their seatbelts. So that's the message we want to get out all over Colorado, is that seatbelts save lives. So that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe in 2019 now that people aren't just wearing their seatbelts. I don't know, does it have to do with just the more rural living? They're just not used to doing it, driving along the farm? I don't know. Growing up in the city, it was so obvious. Of course, when I was in driver's ed, they always did the, here are the really bad photos of what could happen. Is that something that you guys do as well, or?
Well, we also do a class called Alive at 25, and Corporal Bronneman is the one who teaches that class, which shows videos and pictures of those types of accidents. And I can let Corporal Bronneman talk a little bit more about it live at 25. But certainly we find that people around the community, around the towns, don't wear their seatbelts because they think they're going a short distance, and that going that short distance, they're not going to be likely to get into an accident or have to worry about the speeds being high enough to where they'll be injured. But we've found that speeds of 5 miles an hour, you can be injured if you're not wearing your seatbelt. So that's why it's important that we hit that message for the community and families, that we get them buckled up. And I don't know, John, if you want to talk about Alive at 25.
Well, that's just a program that's brought by the Family Foundation to encourage just driving safety overall for drivers under the age of 25. The idea is to keep them alive prior to 25 while they're gaining that experience and familiarity with the roadway and vehicles and traffic and weather and everything else. So we promote that. But I think, like the captain said, is that in a rural community, oftentimes I hear people, well, I'm just going, and you can fill in the blank. It's a short distance. And then they say, well, I put it on while I'm on the highway. So we're trying to just get everyone to buckle up, every rider, every time. And if you do it that way, you know you're good. I mean, it's, some people don't agree with it, but majority of the time it's going to prevent you from getting hurt or injured or killed in a crash.
Well, I remember I didn't pay much attention in science class, but I do remember from my physics classes that when you're moving in a car, you're literally moving at that speed, and you come to an abrupt stop, and you have to stop, and there's an impact. And as you mentioned, Captain Nabashu, that 5 miles per hour, you're still hitting a steering wheel 5 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour. Well, that's faster than what a human can run. So it's like that you got, there's that impact, and whether it's the steering wheel, the side of your car, or someone else's car, you're coming to a sudden stop, and that's going to cause havoc.
And the interesting thing is that if you're going to come in contact with another vehicle that's moving, it's not just your 5 mile an hour that you have to worry about. It's the speed that the other vehicle's traveling that's also going to do damage to your car. So if you're going 5 mile an hour and the other car's going 50, now you're looking at a 55 mile an hour impact. So you got to take that in consideration. So it's not just your speed, it's the speed of the object that you're coming in contact with, or if it's something that's solid, a tree, a light pole, or whatever, then your car's going to stop. But you don't stop. You continue at that momentum, and that's what causes the damage.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation, and hopefully these people out here can, at least these high school students can learn from you guys. And I wanted to ask you guys, we had that bad weather a couple weeks ago, kind of surprised. We found out how the cities have done, but how were the highways? How did everyone handle the weather?
I was off that day, thankfully, so I didn't have to deal with the crashes. I'll leave that to the captain.
I will let you know that we covered 20 accidents on that day. I think it was the 22nd of January. We had 20 accidents that we covered that day through our troop. So it was a busy day for us. It's important that people slow down. We try to preach that as much as we can in bad weather, that we slow down. Excuse me. Buckle up. Give distance between the vehicles in front of you so you can stop. But it was a busy day.
And Corporal Bronneman, I know there's a lot of local businesses that are really helping you out in launching this pilot program.
Yes. We were able to go around and ask for some sponsors or some local businesses to help be able to provide these the goodies as far as the donuts and pizza parties and things like that. So if I can just run through these real quick, and I just want to say thanks to the communities in Lahana and Lamar really stepped up. When we asked them, they didn't bat an eye. They just said, yeah, it's a great cause. They believed in it. From Lahana, we have Rubens Auto Body, Davis Auto Body in Lahana, Otero County Insurance, Ruby's Auto Body, Tri-County Dodge, Morgan & Sons, Tim Trujillo Insurance, First Insurance In-Services, Springcrest Design, State Farm, Derek Carroll, Farmers Insurance, Peacock Funeral Home, Lewis Nut & Bolt. In Lamar, we had Napa Auto Parts, New York Life, Judy Turpin, Lori Payne, the Payne Insurance Company, Tri-State Body Shop, the Pit Stop Rivals, High Plains Insurance, Community State Bank, Girard National Bank, Frontier Bank, and then Daylight Donut, Safeway, and Little Caesars. So thank you so much to all those who help make this possible. So.
And it's got to feel nice knowing that you have the community support in this program and that it's meaningful for everyone.
Yes. Yeah, when we went in and talked to these businesses about what we're doing, they were just super pumped to help. And so I'm greatly appreciative for their support in this program. Watch Me Click.
And certainly the partnerships that we have with all these companies and in communities helps make this a success. So we appreciate them giving the way they did.
And hopefully it trickles up and or down with the students. I was telling Ethan, his little girl was in here last night. I was trying to record some stuff for today, and I go, Chloe, I'm going to need you to be quiet, all right, while I record. And she's like, okay. And I start talking. She's like, we have to be quiet, you know? But it's like, if you get enough people saying you got to put your seatbelt on, hopefully because you see it, mom and dad not going, it's like, nope, got to put your seatbelt on. Got to put your seatbelt on. No, I've seen little kids be like, stop sign, you got to stop. And it's like, well, I'm going to roll through. It's like, no, stop.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
It's a habit. It really is a habit. So if you can create that habit while they're younger, I know my kids, when we get in the car, I don't even have to check because it's every time they're putting them on. So that's the idea, is to just get the awareness out there to put it on every time before you get going. So.
Well, you have the threat of handcuffs, though. You can say, I'll handcuff you if you don't do it. A lot of us can't do that. But you guys are right. I cannot drive without wearing my seatbelt. It feels weird. Even if you're just going down the street, it's like, okay, I'm just going to move my car. It's just, if you just make it a habit, and I feel comfortable and safe, tied in, knowing I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's the best place for you to be, in a car, in your seatbelt. If an accident happens, you want to stay in that car. And so often in rollover accidents, people will get thrown from their vehicle because they weren't wearing their seatbelt, and that's what causes the injury, is once they leave that vehicle. So seatbelts save lives.
While we got you both here, anything else going on within the department right now?
Working, trying to stay ahead of the storms, making sure that we're covering the roads.
Are drivers doing a pretty good job so far? Is there a difference between the weekends and the weekdays? We got a weekend and a weekday guy here.
They are. 287 is different, I think, animal than 50 and the rest of our highways, in the fact that it's a concrete road. It freezes faster. It takes longer to thaw. And then a lot of our traffic on that are people that are traveling through. So our message doesn't necessarily get to some of those people as they're coming through because they're from out of state or they're traveling through. So it's a little different, like I said, animal than 50, but we're kind of in a slower time of year right now as we're in the weather, the cold season. But when we get towards March and spring breaks, our traffic will increase. And then as the storms come in, they're hit and miss here. So we get used to the nice weather, and then we get the snow, and sometimes we forget that we need to give ourselves an extra 10 or 15 minutes and slow down and be careful of what, the temperature is outside and what the weather conditions are.
Well, it's not only hit and miss, it's spotty. I remember
Right.
when I was coming back from Christmas, I was coming up through Baca County. I live in Oklahoma City originally, and you go up a hill and it's like all snowy, then you get to the other side of the hill and there's nothing. You're like, oh, okay, guess I'm
Right.
through the storm.
Right.
I would like to give a shout out to our community members that are driving that this past January, now that we're February 1st, this was the first time in 5 years that we didn't have a DUI accident in the month of January. So kudos to the community for designating drivers, finding people to drive them home, and to just drive sober. So it was a very good month for us regarding that.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. So one more time, Corporal Bronneman, this pilot seatbelt program, Lamar versus La Junta, when does it kick off?
The CSP Watch Me Click will begin next week, February 6th, at both high schools with our kickoff campaign, and it'll run for 4 weeks. And we will try to keep you posted as far as the success that we're seeing at each school, and to keep the community updated with the videos and photos that the kids submit to us.
And we'll put it out on Twitter. We have a scoreboard that we're keeping with the scores for each schools. And so that'll be out on Twitter so people can check it out.
Is that where the videos will be posted as well?
Yes, we'll also have a website, which I will put out in a press release so the community can access that as well.
Yeah, send it on over. We'll let everyone know. And then the end date is going to be sometime around March 25th or so. We're still waiting to finalize it. And then we'll have a winner and pizza parties, and some money will be presented.
That's right, and you guys can come for some pizza if you want.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
I'm lactose intolerant, but we'll make it work. We will make it work. I'll be 30 by then, so I'll have to celebrate.
Yes.
So, all right. Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
I'm old. I'm already bald, so it's,
Vaguely.
No, I
Vaguely.
don't.
he's not even close. Don't even listen to him. He doesn't know the struggle of old guys over here. Yeah. Well, that is Corporal John Brenneman and Captain Tim Nabashu of the Colorado State Patrol joining us on High Plains Focus. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Be
for
safe
having
this
us.
weekend, and thanks for all that information, and good luck to you guys on this
bet.
program. It sounds
Thank you very
awesome.
much.
Thank you.
All right, Ethan, back over to you.